friends. Welcome to Live Out Loud with Jason. How are you doing today? This is a beautiful day. What is today? Today is Tuesday, right? And I hope you are having a marvelous, amazing day today. You know, we're talking about living out loud. Living out loud means discovering who God created you to be, discovering the plan, the seeds, the gifts, the skills, the talents that you have. And it's about uncovering them, unearthing them, growing them, watering them. And it may even mean dusting them off and restoring them, but putting them to use and growing in your talents, in your gifts, in your skills, and proceeding in your calling. You have something awesome in you that needs to be developed, that this world needs. And I just want to encourage you to develop it. Now, what living out loud is not, it's not living under a rock. It's not living recklessly. It is not living in a manner that's going to step on other people or squash other people. Quite the opposite, actually. And so I'm glad you've joined in with me today. I'm honored that you have taken a few minutes out of your busy day to join me. And I want to thank you for that. I value you and I value your time. Today I want to talk to you specifically about three different things. Okay. The first one is risk. Let's talk about risk. You know, we cannot avoid risk. You know, sometimes we have an aversion to risk, but when it comes to our life and our future, we cannot avoid risk. I want you to think about this. You were born to be awesome, to do awesome things, to live out loud even. And if you allow, if you take steps to move forward in your calling and in your giftings and to grow, if you take steps to do that, you're going to have to put yourself out there. You're going to have to take a risk of being exposed, of being an amateur, of failing, of falling, of losing time, of losing money, of looking stupid. You're going to have to take risks to do that. Okay, well, how about we don't do any of that? Don't take those risks. But there's risks on the other side. There's the risk that you've wasted everything. There's the risk of being at the end of your life and having regrets that you didn't do and be all you should have. There's the risk that your loved ones and the world is going to miss out on what you have to offer. There's plenty of risk on the other side. So in reality, friends, whether we go for it and live out loud or whether we don't, there's risk involved. It's a matter of which one are we going to choose. And if I have to choose a risk, I want to choose the one, you know, if I got to choose between A and B, I want to choose the one that's got the most fulfillment and the biggest payoff in the end. Don't you? I think you do. So I want you to consider, friends, that yeah, it takes courage, it takes boldness, it takes effort, it takes pain, blood, sweat, and tears sometimes to grow and to live out your purpose. But if you don't do it, what a waste. You don't want to waste. And gosh, you know what? Maybe you've already wasted some months, years, decades, seasons of your life. It's possible, right? But guess what? Although you can't get that back, you know what you can do? You can dust it off. You can start fresh today. You can change your direction, your trajectory today. You can dust it off and begin developing today. Maybe you don't know what to do. Maybe you don't know where to start. You have seeds. They need to be watered, okay? So friends, just know this. We can't avoid risk. There's just no avoiding risk. We are going to run into risk no matter what we do. Okay, and hey, by the way, if you're watching in live with us right now or watching later, hey, go ahead, just chat out in the comments and just let us let me know you're here. I would appreciate it. So okay, so let's talk about the second thing today. I want to talk about the second thing, and I'm going to start by showing you a quick little video. Here we go. I might have a little commentary here. Okay, so right here. What we have here, guys, is we have some trout swimming upstream, trying to jump up that waterfall. What are they doing? Where are they going? Why are they doing this? I mean, are they trying to get to refreshing water? Are they trying to run from some big bad predator? What are they doing, right? You know what they're doing. They're headed upstream to spawn, to reproduce, right? So they fail. Look at all these failures. Failure, failure, fall back down. Failure, fall back down, fall back down. Do they give up? No, they don't give. Hey, that guy made it. Look at that. Boom, made it. How exciting is that? Okay? That's the point, friends. Chances are you're not going to make it to the top the first time. You're not going to achieve your highest aim the first time. But guess what? The trout, they say that the trout have something inside of them where they naturally, instinctively want to go upstream. Okay? And and they actually have to move upstream to breathe, because when they move upstream is when the water goes in their mouth and it goes through their gills and they get oxygenated, right? And also that's how they get food as they're going, as they're going, they get the food, right? So I want you to think about that. You and I, we were created also to move upstream. We were created, think about this. Typically when you see a fish going downstream, typically it's a dead fish. Think about it, right? And you were created, you and I are created to move upstream, to go against the flow, to go up to the headwaters, okay? And we are going to encounter some waterfalls, some rapids we're going to have to swim through. We're going to have to jump over. It may take us multiple times and it may be tiring, but it's worth it, because at the end we get to go where our aim is. And one of the things, as far as living out loud, is being able to add value to other people's lives and reproduce ourselves. And I don't mean necessarily reproduce ourselves as in having children and building a family, although that is all true. What I really mean is reproducing who we are and the giftings that God has given us. We can help other people. We can boost them up and bring them with us, right? And so we need to continue to move upstream. Hey, Jason Earls. Hey, buddy. I'm so glad you joined in today. Great to hear from you. And Adrian and Jennifer. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. It's my honor to share with you guys today. So that, I guess that's the second thing, is we need to have a mindset of a trout. I'm going to move upstream. I might fall down. I might jump up that waterfall 10 times, but I'm not going to quit, because I know what? One of these times I'm going to get over, because in the fight, I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to get more determined, and I am going to get up there. So I want you to have that positive attitude, that resilience. I want you to have that perseverance and that drive to know that I am created to do this. And when you discover what that is, man, it's awesome, and it's so empowering. And Jason says, to make disciples, we have to swim against the stream. Yes, that is right. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so I want to share something else with you. Anytime that you get started on something new, again, a sport, a skill, public speaking, whatever it is, you're starting on something new. You never start out as an expert. You always start out as a beginner. Like when I started walking, was I an expert walker? No, I fell down many times, long time ago. But it's just like anything. You too. When we start out, we're never going to be an expert. But when we initially start, but what we have to do is we have to get started, get going, so we can get better and get on with it and become an expert. And Christina noticed my shirt, Smooth Operator. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But the way, I want to tell you that to find your confidence, you have to get going. You have to, yesterday we talked about you have to embrace the pain, but we have to embrace the process of learning. And part of the process of learning and getting somewhere is some failure. Failure is part of the process. Just like the trout going up the stream and failing to get up the waterfall, you and I are not going to succeed every single time. We need to embrace the idea that we're going to keep trying, we're going to get stronger, and we're going to make it. Maybe we get better, maybe our opportunity gets a little easier. I generally think that it doesn't get easier. We just get better. That's the way I like to look at it. And so the way for us to find our confidence is to actually start doing it. So again, think about this. When you walk right now, day to day, you have confidence in your walk. Matter of fact, I mean, literally, when you get up and walk to the kitchen to get a drink out of the fridge, are you thinking about left foot, front of right foot? Let me maintain my balance. No, you don't think about that. But when you first started walking, I mean, you're wobbling kind of like this, right? It's just like that when we're developing a new skill, we're in a new career, we're putting ourselves out there in something new. We are taking a risk that we might fall, okay? And that's kind of my shirt right here. If any of you guys are old enough to remember this game, right? Smooth operator. How many times did you put the little tweezers in there, and it buzzes on you because you have to get really, really, really good. Matter of fact, I want to tell you about something. There's something called purpose trimmer. Like trimmer, shaking. Purpose trimmer, and purpose trimmer is when you're new at something and you know what to do. But for instance, like operator, maybe you're a surgeon, and you're shaking as you do it. That's because you haven't gained that confidence in there to be a smooth operator. And so the way you become a smooth operator is repetition, 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 and purposeful practice. Those are the things that are gonna help us be smooth operators. And so I want you and I to be smooth operators with our lives and with our calling. They say that one of the things that separates professional, high performance professional athletes from other medium performers is they say that the people at the top of their field begin to feel comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Think about that. Begin to feel comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And so, me and my son Josiah, we've been doing these workouts together. And some of the workouts that we do, we're doing push-ups, we're lifting weights, but some of these are just like poses that we're holding that you're all twisted up, and they're incredibly painful. And the only way, when you're first doing it, and you're trying to hold this pose, and you're all wrapped up, and you tend to breathe like this instead of going and breathing slow. And the more you do it, you gain strength. And the way to get through it is to be relaxed and calm in a very uncomfortable situation, and then you breathe and you get through it. And so if you and I are going to be, smooth operators with growing, with our future, with our calling, with living out loud, we need to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And we also, we need to get our confidence, and we need to be able to breathe. Okay? So I want to encourage you, friends. There's basically three things I just want to leave with you today. And that's in summary, the first one is we can't avoid risk. So why not choose the risk with the best reward on the back end? Okay, that's the first one. You can't avoid risk. Okay, so I would rather risk it and look stupid and fail than I would do nothing and risk accomplishing nothing, and risk not fulfilling my calling, and risk not being a good steward of what God has put in me and given me and entrusted me to. So that's the first thing, can't avoid risk. The second thing is be a trout. Have the mindset, no matter what, I'm going to get up that waterfall. I am not going to stop. No matter how many times I fall, I'm going to swim back upstream. I'm going to continue swimming upstream. So that's the second one. And then the third one is this: find your confidence, okay? And the way to find your confidence is repetition. Get out there, do it. You don't have to go from, A to Z immediately, but go from A to B and, D to E. Take one step at a time. Get right outside your comfort zone. Push yourself. take a little bit of risk, get some repetition going, and you're going to get comfortable, and you're going to begin to breathe, and you're going to begin to feel comfortable and relaxed in situations of growth where you may not have felt comfortable before. Embrace it, friends. Live out loud. I love you. You are amazing. The world needs what you have. And guess what? You're a little more awesome than you think you are. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.